Hello everyone. Today I want to talk to you about how to live with change. And being that we are in the middle of a pandemic right now, it seems like a perfect time to cover this subject very, very briefly. And as always, I'm only scratching the surface. So if you guys ever want to chat with me, to reach out to me, please do. You know how to get in touch with me. So the first thing is understand that change is inevitable. The fact is, you've spent your entire life living with change. In fact, every single day there's change. You make plans and there are interruptions and you find your way through. So first of all, I want you to know that you already have the capacity to deal with change, to live with change. There's nothing new here, actually. It just looks new because a pandemic is something that we in our lifetime, most of us, have not experienced. So Jack Canfield has a quote that I'm going to read to you. Change is inevitable. You can either resist it and potentially get run over by it, or you can choose to cooperate with it, adapt to it, and learn how to benefit from it. When you embrace change, you will begin to see it as an opportunity for growth, and that's Jack Canfield. The second thing is that you can change your perspective. Pema Chodron is a Buddhist nun whom I love. She has a series of books out that are just wonderful, little small books that are a delight to read and actually very helpful. Pema Chodron. So I want to read a quote from her as well. We think that the point is to pass the test or overcome the problem, but the truth is that things don't really get solved. They come together and they fall apart. They come together again and fall apart again. It's just like that. The healing comes from letting there be room for all of this to happen. Room for the grief, for relief, for misery, for joy. I just love that quote, and I hope that you'll go back and listen to this again, because I love the idea that things don't get so much solved as they come together and fall apart again and again and again. And we can learn to navigate that with quite a lot of ease and flow, actually, when we allow for that, when we drop our expectations, which I spoke about yesterday. The third thing is know who you are. You are made of star stuff. You have innate well-being, innate realization and insight. Who you are actually has nothing to do with what's happening out there. And so returning to that, remembering who you actually are. And I spoke about this in a video the other day about how children come into this world with joy, with love, with curiosity. And that's how you came into the world too. And I want to remind you that you have a 100% survival rate. A 100% survival rate. So think about that when you are worried that you can't get through something. And finally, the fourth thing is to cultivate a quiet mind. And you can do this through meditation, mindfulness, contemplative prayer, but you could think of a snow globe. So I have a little snow globe right here. When you're shaking up this snow globe, you really can't see the scene. And what has to happen then is for you to wait. Just wait for the snow to settle. And it's the same with us. When our thoughts are all just jumbled up in there, we've got all this exponential thinking, this monkey mind going on, then that's the time for us to stop and wait and allow for the snow to settle so that we can see the next step. So that's what I have for you today, and I hope this was helpful.